Good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, and welcome into Wednesday. It's May the 6th. A lot of people call this hump day, don't they? Yeah, middle of the week. Here we go. We'll get to the weather in just a moment. As usual, I have an adventure that I've gotten into at some point during the day. What you can't see is being built around me here is the studio. My wife, Angie, if anybody knows Angie Ray, knows anything about her, she's quite the craftsman. So she's building my studio for me, and it's a humdinger. I'll get you some pictures of what's going on in here eventually. But she constantly sends me for supplies. Now I'm one of those. A man has got to know his limitations, and I know mine. I am not a carpenter. I do good to build deer stands. I'm proud of them. They look pretty good, but they're usually not square, and I can't build anything, so I don't try. I'm not going to mess up. But bless her heart, she's pretty good at it, so she helps me out, and I go fetch stuff. So off to Lowe's for that little pickup that she made today. And I went down to load it. They brought out the stuff, sheetrocks on the bottom. It has to go on first. So they take supplies and put them against the wall and put the straps on it. I get home, and about 5 hours later, I realized, yep, forgot half the supplies up against the building. So I had to go back and explain that I'm not a thief, that I actually paid for all that stuff that's still up against the wall out there. So that's kind of how my Tuesday went yesterday. Just leave it to me. But seriously, I'll get some pictures up about this. It's starting to look real good. I'll have it together before long. Well, as we turn to our forecast this morning, it is going to be a nice day as we go to radar. Look, absolutely no rain whatsoever that we've got there, and it's going to remain that way possibly till Friday. Our forecast today calls for sunshine. It's going to be 76, but gusty. So if you're going to be outside, expect up to 30-mile-an-hour gusts from time to time. It'll be windy, needless to say. As we move into tonight, nippier, 46, getting back down into the 40s. Tomorrow rolls in with sunshine, 75. We'll get a 53 for low on Thursday night. Then the rain chances move in on Friday with an 80% chance of showers. Gusty during the daytime, too, also extending into Friday night with a 50% chance of showers. So that's a look at what we've got coming up, a little bit of rain in the forecast. And, of course, that being brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. We'll look at that extended forecast on down the road just to see how it's all going to turn out. But we might need a little rain now for folks who are getting the gardens in the ground and all. It does get to be to a point where you need that on your fertilizer there. Well, we talk about this a lot, and what I do is weather. There's no doubt that I've done this once or twice in my life, and it's all about truthfully trying to save lives, and that's what Patrick Allen is here to do. If you haven't been by his showroom yet to take a look at what he's got, go by today. You can find him out on 145 South. If you're needing a tornado shelter, a place to go to when the weather turns bad, he's the guy you need to call. 693-9647. Of course, at 601, they're storm ready. And as we go through and start looking at the pictures, some of you have seen some of these. They'll deliver it. They come out and they start installing this. It's going to be there. They put it in the concrete. It won't budge. They can show you pictures of homes that's been hit by tornadoes, and these things still stand. That's what they're there for. They're convenient. They're not bad looking. They kind of blend in, as you'll notice that on the carport there, and affordable as well. They start at about $5,000. Most of the models that you see pictured here, after they get all the little bells and whistles in there, runs about $6,500. And again, you don't have to worry about it anymore. As here, you can step outside and go directly to it. If you don't have room on your carport, put it right out there, get your concrete pad, and voila, you have it. If you're building your home, you can have it installed as you're building your home and just build it in. It's got air vents. You can have TV put in. You can have weather radios. You can have fans. You can do what you want to make that extra special. You can even put beds in it if you want to spend the night and just not worry about something having to get up and run to it. Patrick Allen is the place you need to go to check this out. His crew will come out, and they will help you in any shape, form, or way to keep you and your family safe. See him today again on 145 South. That's Patrick Allen. As always, we go back to the Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville. Always something great. You can get great prices on food and things. And, well, we go talk to Joe. And, Joe, tell us a little bit about what we got going on when it comes to what you got over in the kitchen.
Right now, we're still doing everything is to go, pick up to go, no dining in yet. But we still are doing our steak night on Thursday night. It runs from about 3 to 7. We have 8-ounce steak, potato, and roll bread for $9.99. The 10-ounce ribeye steak with potato and bread is $11.99. Thursday night in Collinsville, Tuesday night in Stonewall. Also, we are doing a little bit of seafood on Friday night. We're doing some to-go plates for crawfish, some boiled shrimp, your traditional fried fish, hush puppies, and fries.
Right.
That's on Friday night, and then Saturday night we just do the crawfish right now. So that's our weekend schedule in the Delhi area. Now we're still open every morning for breakfast. You can come in and get your plate to go, and also at lunch throughout the week. Even on Sunday, you can still get your lunch plate.
I don't know that if people realize this or not, but you can come out. I've driven out many times. You can come by and get, what is it, $3.99 for a plate lunch?
Yeah, $3.99 or $4.99, depending on how many vegetables you get, or depending on what meats you get. But anywhere from $3.99 to $5.99 is you can get a plate lunch.
Man, and it is good, too. Can't stress that enough. And as always, if you need any groceries, y'all are the place to shop. Homegrown, and of course, it's locally owned, and it got a lot of good people there, Joe.
Well, I appreciate that, and we kind of missed and haven't done our anniversary sale yet. We usually do it sometime April or May, depending on the schedule with Easter. But been here 19 years this past April. And we haven't done our steak eating contest like we always do. So we're kind of waiting to make plans around all the activities going on. Right. And I think everybody understands that. But we're been here 19 years now.
Wow. So who has held the longest record for the steak eating contest? Have you had a repetitive winner every year?
There for a while, Lee. Let's see. Lee used to work with some of the radio stations.
Yeah, Lee Taylor.
Yeah, Lee Taylor won it about 4 or 5 in a row, and then the last couple of years, a older gentleman, and I apologize, can't remember his name right now, but an older gentleman over around Little Rock has been over and won it a couple of years too. So, but I think Lee holds the record.
All right, well, we're looking forward to that, and of course, give us those store hours, Joe, where we can come visit with you.
Okay, Sunday we're open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., and then Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m.
All right, that's Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville. Drop in to see Joe and all the gang. And, Joe, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
And next, we go to the news, and look at this. Boy, is Meridian really glowing this morning. Todd Tillman last night was the first pick. He makes it to the final 9 on The Voice. What a big deal for him. We're proud for him and his family. They're excited. It is very cool to have somebody from Meridian make it so far on our national television, and what talent. If you've been paying attention to this, Todd, you really do have something special, brother. It's a good chance he could win this thing. We wish him the best, and we'll see what happens next week. So good luck to Todd there. As we move on to more stories that are going on around, Brett Favre has been mentioned in an embezzlement scheme. I'm not sure if you're aware of what is going on with this. He was paid by a group to speak by the state of Mississippi. He never went to the engagements. It's not his fault, I don't believe, but he was still paid for engagements that he didn't speak at. As you'll look at that, he was paid $500,000 in June and in December 17 and $600,000 in June of 18. Again, he didn't show up for it. I don't think they're blaming him, but his name was brought up in this. So that's where it is there. It's not running him down, but his name was just brought up in the scheme that went on. As we look at this, Tampa is going to be closing roads into the city to allow restaurants and retailers to go out on the sidewalk and operate for the social distancing. That's a pretty good idea. That's about because restaurants are not equipped to hold people and move chairs 6 feet apart. You wouldn't be able to get 10 people in. You'd go bankrupt. So at least 2 weeks, this is going to go on for 24 hours a day. Those roads will be blocked off in Tampa. So thumbs up to them. And I hope it really works. Maybe America will start following this pattern in other cities. I'm not saying that this is a conspiracy of any sort, but a researcher was murdered. There's been rumor of that. And again, that's just rumor. He worked at the University of Pittsburgh School of Medicine, and they say that he was on the verge of making a very significant find of understanding the disease. He was 37 years old. Somebody went to his house on Saturday, shot him, went out to their car, and then committed suicide. Don't know the details. That's just really all that they're telling at this point. But is it almost like somebody didn't want a cure to be found? All speculation that's out there, nothing more. As we look at this, the first sporting event is to return on May the 9th, coming up this weekend, wrestling. If you're a big wrestler and like to sit back and watch it on TV, it's going to be your turn. It's going to take place in Florida, and they hadn't done this since March. So May the 9th, be ready if you're a wrestling fan. It's going to be your night to sit back and watch them jump off ropes. And that's really pretend, isn't it? I've never really watched boxing. I have to admit it, but I've always heard that it was fake. Kind of looks it, doesn't it? I'm not wrong, Emma. Anyway, as we go to the next, I don't get this. Kim Kardashian, they say that she lit up Instagram with these pictures here, and they said it was just very sexy. Okay, I'm still looking for the sexy. I don't see it. She's wearing something that looks like snake skin on her. And, yeah, it didn't do anything for me. Maybe it did for you, but yeah, no, it's not for me. So anyway, well, that's enough about that and Kim. As we move to our next one, anybody that's planning a trip to Six Flags this summer, and a lot of folks do that, you will have to call ahead and make a reservation to be able to get in so they can count how many people will be there for the social distancing. They'll also check your temperature at the gate or you're not going in. You'll have to wear a face mask as well. So expect that. It's coming up to Six Flags. So if you're making those plans, make sure that you know how to handle all of that. As we go to the next story, I've heard of this before, and the news story came up today. This young lady back, I think it was 1932, who wanted to be a star. She got several small parts, and she was in a film, and they cut most of her parts out. She went up to the Hollywood sign, climbed up on top of the H, which is 50 feet, and jumped to her death. She was 24 years old. It's been 88 years, and they're going to be making a Netflix show about it. So in the end, she may be a star. We hope so. Bless her heart. That's a very pretty girl, wasn't she? Wow. That's sort of what's going on in the news this morning. I want to thank each and every one of you for dropping by and being a part of this morning. I want to thank our sponsors, Hoopers on 22nd Avenue, along with Rick Justice Automotive, Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Storm Ready Shelters, along with MEPA and Graphic Guru. Do your sign shop there on B Street, along with Joe and all the gang at SMI Automotive. See them today for any of your needs. They're great folks. They'll help you out. Like and share my page with a friend. Go to your invite there in the top right-hand corner. The weather will turn bad again, and we'll go street by street when that does happen. Again, thanks for spending part of your day with me here at Scotty Ray's Weather.